Shalom. I give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahuwah, the Holy One of Yashar'el. And I want to share a message about why I don't celebrate the holidays. Growing up in a Christian family, I was reared to celebrate all the holidays such as Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Easter, Mother's and Father's Day, and even events like 4th of July, Valentine's Day, and birthdays. But I remember even as a young child, never enjoying the holidays. They were always full of arguing, strife, and emptiness. And I remember wondering how a time that was supposedly meant to praise and honor the Father and His Son, or be about love and togetherness, could be so stressful and filled with anger and hate. And when I came into the truth, I realized it's because all these holidays are vain. And they don't praise or worship Elohim Yahuwah. They serve Satan and are idolatry. None of them are commanded to be celebrated in the scriptures. In Mark chapter 7, verses 7 through 9, Yahushua states, "Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. For laying aside the commandment of Elohim, ye hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups, and many other such like things ye do. And he said unto them, Full well ye reject the commandment of Elohim, that ye may keep your own tradition." All the holidays are man's traditions that get passed down from generation to generation, and honestly are an abomination to the Most High. Like when it comes to Thanksgiving, this holiday is truly a mockery of what happened to the indigenous aboriginals of this land, who scripturally are the chosen and holy people of the Most High, who got murdered, and then a feast was made to rejoice in the killing of all these innocent people. Yet man has taken this day of brutality and made it into a holiday of thanksgiving that all religions and nations celebrate. But who are they giving thanks to? And for what? Because this holiday is a direct laughing slap in the face to the murdered ancestors and their descendants. As you rejoice in the killing of a turkey to have on your dinner table to fulfill the lusts of your flesh, you are rejoicing in the killing of the people whose land you are now in, because your ancestors brutally colonized it. So how is this a day to give thanks? It's not. It's mockery, disrespect, and complete ignorance. According to the word, we are to give thanks unto Yahuwah every day of our lives. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, it states, "In everything give thanks, for this is the will of Elohim in Yahushua HaMashiach concerning you." Scriptures command to give thanks in everything, not just a man-made day or season you choose, like the holiday season that this world claims is the season of giving. The scriptures were written only for the nation of Yashar'el, but Christians have taken the scriptures and made it into their own religion, and that is why they don't obey what is actually commanded in the word, because they don't understand what is written in the word, and Elohim doesn't allow them to understand it. People truly go about their life so robotically and ignorantly that they don't even see the problem here. Elohim teaches that tithing and giving is first and foremost to the needy, the poor, and to the widows and fatherless. And this is the opposite of what Thanksgiving represents in the world, because Thanksgiving Day represents colonization, the murdering, and the brutality imposed on the indigenous people of this land. But yet, people celebrate this day as a way to thank God, an idol they serve. But they don't want to acknowledge the true chosen people of the true and living Elohim and what happened to their ancestors on this day. So if you are going to give thanks or have a heart of giving, why don't you give back to the people you stole from and continue to take from unto this day? Because white people love to make the excuse, that was our ancestors, not us. But you benefit from what your ancestors did, and you continue to do what they did. You celebrate a day your ancestors murdered and took everything from the people you hate today. And people of other nations that come to this land become above the people this land belongs to. So every year, when you and all the other nations and even religions celebrate this holiday, you all partake in the murdering and brutality that happened on this day, which makes you just as guilty and wrong. We are commanded to give out of a pure heart, meaning not for recognition, and as much as it is possible for you, not just for a season that you devote it to. And this is the problem with Christianity. They follow man's tradition, not the commandments of the Creator YAHUAH. Because if you read Jeremiah chapter 10, verses 1 through 8, this is outlined perfectly. Thus saith the I Am, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen, with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. These are the words that came directly from the Most High, and he called this a doctrine of vanities. Because Christians don't serve him. They serve idols, which are Satan. Nowhere in the scriptures does it state the actual date of Yahushua's birth, and it was never commanded to celebrate his birth, or any birth. And this is why I know Christianity is a lie and a delusion. Christians are hypocrites, just as the Son of the Father confirmed. They state they are of Abraham's seed, but they do not the works of Abraham. And they claim to believe in the Son, but they do not his teachings nor his word, but rather reject them and deny them. I was speaking to one of my family members, and I told them I don't celebrate the holidays, for they are idolatry and blasphemy. And they stated, of course no one knows the actual day of the Son's birth, but it doesn't matter about the day. It matters if you believe in the Son and what is in your heart. And I realized just how delusional and deceived Christians truly are. They love to use the excuse that Elohim knows your heart, and it matters what is in your heart for everything, as if their hearts are so pure and righteous. Yet in Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9, YAHUAH states, the heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately wicked. Who can know it? They claim to believe in the Son, but they deny what he has commanded, and they follow their own doctrine, instead of keeping the word of his Father. They celebrate a day that man has made, the Son's birth, and they think that this will save them. Not once did Yahushua teach to celebrate his birth. That is why Scripture tells us, in the end, you are going to proclaim all these wonderful works you did. But the Son is going to tell you, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. If celebrating the Son's birth was so important and a holy day that was meant to be honored every year, he would have commanded his apostles to do so, and to teach that to the lost sheep of the house of Yashar'el, to whom he came for. But he didn't, because he never took the praise and glory from his Father, but rather gave all praise and honor to his Father YAHUAH in heaven. Yahusha taught to hear his Father's word and do his commandments. In Luke chapter 11, verse 28, Yahusha said, "Yea, rather, blessed are they that hear the word of Elohim and keep it." So you can believe in the Son all the days of your life, but if you don't keep the word of his Father, he will deny you before his Father. When you celebrate Christmas, it is idolatry and blasphemy against the Father and his Son. And according to the word, a new year never began in the dead of winter. A new year means things are becoming anew and life is beginning again, meaning the new year began in spring. So celebrating the new year is idolatry as well, because no matter the holiday, Christians and even people of other religions make every holiday into a party and social gathering, and they forget all about the holiness and truth of Elohim, because honestly, they don't know the truth and holiness of Elohim. They serve a god or gods, which are idols, that allow them to do anything. They worship Satan, and that is why they aren't held accountable for anything that they do. They do not fear Elohim because they don't know him. Have you ever pondered how the holiday season of all the holidays, starting from Thanksgiving and ending at Valentine's Day, are all in the winter? Satan truly deceived and reeled people into believing and celebrating these holidays, which we know are pagan. Satan wanted to be like the Most High. He wanted his own kingdom, and YAHUAH gave that to him for a short period of time. That is why Satan has the power to deceive the world, so that all religions, including Christianity, serve him and not the true Elohim. This is his unrighteous and corrupt kingdom. And if you don't seek Elohim and search the scriptures for truth on your own, you will continue to serve and worship Satan and perish. These holidays are not scriptural. They are not commanded by the Father or the Son to be celebrated, and therefore I have no part in them, for they are idolatry, lies, and a huge satanic delusion. Shalom.